On Smashville.
Of course
here.
we are. Why wouldn't we be? So, Sonic versus Diddy, PowPow versus Marshall.
Just always a classic.
Guys popping off here at the 42A House watching Evo. Gonna be very difficult because every time something happens, I'm gonna look up and I'm not going to give PowPow and Marshall the due they deserve because they've been putting out some crazy good sets for us lately. Actually, like long, like 8, 9, even 10 game sets we've seen from them. And right now it's still pretty even. You know, no one person has really found a big edge to this point. PowPow has been kind of like waiting though. Like we had losers semis and losers finals before this, so PowPow may need to a game or two to warm up because right now it seems like Marshall's been keeping control, even though the percents are close. Marshall's been in center stage quite some time. PowPow grabs that banana. That's going to be a big component of this match for both players. How PowPow reacts and contains the banana. And obviously how Marshall leverages the banana to his benefit.
Just so incredibly even right now.
Yeah, these guys know each other really well. This actually almost kind of harkens back to old school Wisconsin Smash 4 with Marshall and Maverick, who you did not get the pleasure to meet, but these guys were always grand finals like featured. They were rivals. They played often, but they also practiced together, so they knew each other really well. It was always fun to watch those two, just like it is always fun to watch these two. PowPow has asserted himself into the top echelon of Wisconsin Smashers.
Ooh,
great
nice,
conversion there.
Nice. So PowPow with the stock lead early, and now looking to build up more damage already. 31%.
Hungry Box looks like he's going in.
So, just PowPow looking like he's running away with game one here. Of course, 133%.
Sonic running away with it.
Yeah, there we go.
That was good. Tiger with the puns.
Super Saiyan percent for Marshall here.
Yeah, it is truly the Super Saiyan percent. PowPow's biggest, like what he needs to do right now is get him off of that percentage because that's where the magic happens.
And just like that, it happened. So,
wow, really,
right.
like really interesting monkey flip there. That's like something that you don't really see Marshall do a lot is challenge with monkey flip.
All right.
It's dangerous. 178% though. You can't let PowPow live that long.
Nope.
Hungry Box takes game one.
Marshall down, but not by much. Racking up this percent quick.
Yeah, both these guys really good at making comebacks. After a commanding lead that PowPow had at the first stock of this game, Marshall has brought it completely back.
Oh, that was a great air dodge.
And that's actually something that PowPow's going to have to be careful of. He reaches high for these up airs, but if Marshall air dodges them, PowPow's in a lot of danger of getting up aired of himself. And as we all know, that's a dangerous killing tool, even post nerf.
So both players sitting at about 100% here. One mistake will be enough to end game one. Oh. PowPow does read the roll, but just a little bit too early there. Up smash, and Marshall will take game one. So Marshall bringing it back there after an early stock deficit.
Yeah, that's what you need to do is, when you're trying to make a run back, it's really important to win that game one of the first grand final set because that's going to kind of set the tone.
And awesome. Evo is just awesome right now, so
yeah.
It's hard for us to keep focus on this.
Yeah, in between,
two awesome players.
Like
here.
normally, what I would do on commentary at this point is I would like recap what happened in game one and set up with the game two possibilities and all that kind of stuff. But instead, I'm just going to watch Armada and Hungry Box go at it.
All right, so game two here.
We're back. On Lilat. Actually, PowPow's had a lot of success on Lilat as of late.
Right.
One of his favorite stages. One thing to keep in mind specifically in this matchup for Diddy Kong is that the tilting of the stage is really going to interfere with his banana throws. He's going to have to be careful when and how he throws the banana, because it can go further or shorter depending on, and PowPow can steal it away from him or punish it entirely.
Yep, and Marshall up to an early lead here, but just with one spin dash confirm, PowPow right back in it.
Yeah, and as we've mentioned, has been one of the recurring pieces of information, PowPow, one of the best, if not the best, at building damage in Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he always seems to be poised for a comeback, even down a huge percent like he is now, almost 70%, actually over 70%.
Marshall just covering so many options right now.
Marshall not quite grabbing that banana. That will take care of the first stock, though. Marshall again off to a pretty big lead here. Yep. I'm sure PowPow does not want to have a repeat of Madtown Smackdown where these guys, where you got the reset on them, because that is always scary. Like when you lose the momentum like that.
Marshall with a lot of momentum is very scary.
Yeah, you
I mean,
have
one
to.
One of the men in EVO Grand Finals knows that all too well.
That's one thing that Marshall does really well, is that when he has momentum, he's great at keeping it and utilizing it to his strengths. Like a lot of people, like once they get the advantage, it's really not that big of a deal because they don't do enough with it.
That was so good by PowPow there.
Sorry, I was watching Hungry Box win game 2. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. My focus is not here today.
Well, he will make it back.
Oh yeah, no, that's even though that's scary looking. As long as he has his second jump,
as long as he has the second jump and he's over the stage, he'll be just fine. Going to be fine.
Unique thing there though is that a lot of times, like that is something that he did like once, way back in like January-ish, to win like a last-second game against Dexter, and then since then he's kind of added that into his repertoire where he goes for those dares a lot more often than he used to, because it's a pretty strong tool actually. And now he's on the path to trying to bring this game back, just like Marshall did in Game 1. PowPow's trying to do the same thing in Game 2.
Again, the skill of PowPow to be able to build up damage.
Yeah, he keeps his composure and keeps his cool.
Ooh, opting for the up smash there. Doesn't get Marshall on the roll.
And that's one of Sonic's most underutilized moves, in my opinion, is his up smash. It catches a lot of people short hopping in. That will take Game 2.
Yep, yes it will. So Marshall up 2-0 early.
But this is only Grand Finals 1, guys. Marshall still has to get not only the reset, but also Grand Finals set 2. So.
Yep. And we do remember what happened last time somebody hopped up 2-0 on PowPow.
That's true. He's made a living, actually. Oh, excuse me. He's made a living, actually, coming back from down 2-0.
Right. So PowPow very capable of bringing this one back, but Marshall definitely looking to keep the momentum and get the reset.
Yeah, that's what I said. Is Marshall is so strong at once he gets the momentum at just taking it as far as it goes. Like you have to find a way to stifle it entirely. If you don't, it's going to be a quick set.
All right.
So we're going on Final Destination here. After Lilat didn't work out as a counter pick, he's going to try FD right now. And goes to Omega Palutena, so he doesn't have that very distracting background.
Right. So again, just like every other game here, seeing the same thing, starting off really even. And then somebody's eventually going to get away with this percentage advantage.
Now, one thing that's interesting to me, I would think, about the FD counter pick here is that Marshall's Banana is a very strong tool here. It can interrupt spin dash. It can allow Marshall to just drop that out there to prevent any sort of grab approaches. Like in general, I think this is a pretty strong stage.
Yeah, I'm amazed that we didn't see the Duck Hunt counter pick.
Yeah, and we're in a best of 5, so there is no bans.
Just PowPow must be feeling confident here.
Oh, wow, and he reads that roll back with that
Ooh,
banana throw.
yeah.
Marshall just kind of has PowPow's number in this set thus far.
So maybe PowPow just going to use this game, try to figure Marshall out, try to, keep his composure here.
Right, he has a set to give here.
Right. And you see, just sitting on that platform, probably taking some time to think.
Oh yeah, that's a PowPow staple.
Like, obviously, you don't want to give up. You don't want to give up the set, but right now, with the way that Marshall's playing so solidly,
Marshall went for the grab there.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, PowPow went for a grab there, but the banana being at Marshall's feet actually prevented that and let Diddy get a punish.
Smart of Marshall not to recover back in. Otherwise, he definitely would have ate that forward smash from PowPow.
Stops the spin dash early there and tries to get a back air off the shield drop.
Ooh.
And again, Marshall just sort of has a read on PowPow every time he's been trying to, do interesting
Marshall
things with his spin
a lot
dash.
more patient than normal.
Every time he's been trying to do unique things with his spin dash, Marshall's really just having a read on like, oh, you're going to go to the left here? Well, here's an up air. Oh, you're going to go to the right? Here's my forward air. Like, every option has been really on point.
Just Marshall on a roll right now here in this first set. And definitely, one more confirm would definitely be enough to give us the reset here.
Right, and we almost saw one there, but PowPow was able to sneak out the nair to interrupt it. Finds himself on the ledge again. Spent a lot of time off stage or above Marshall here. Two spots where you don't want to be against Diddy Kong.
And the forward air is going to take it.
With a two-stock.
Yep. 3-0 for Marshall here in the first set. PowPow's definitely going to have to buckle down here. He's going to have to get his composure back if he hopes to take yet another construct from Marshall.
Yeah, this would be, what, his second one or third one in a row? If he's able to win this construct?
The third in a row that he would take over Marshall.
Wow. But, I mean, being up 3, doing a 3-0, like, that's pretty much a statement. Like, hey, that did happen at Madtown SmackDown, too, so.
Right.
I don't know.
Last time we saw I do believe a 3-0 at Madtown SmackDown. Marshall had taken game 1 of the next set, and then PowPow was just able to dial it down 3-1. But
dial it up.
Marshall's
dial down the center.
Marshall's looking a lot more solid tonight than he was at that Madtown SmackDown, which is very surprising considering, the lack of sleep and the busy schedule he's had from Evo.
Yeah. His body's just dumping like all of
maybe Evo's just like a hyperbolic time chamber or something, I
don't even know about that, but I really feel like there are some times like even if I get like all the sleep in the world and I feel fresh and I feel awesome, I still do crappy. And then sometimes where I don't get enough sleep and I don't have any food in me, or like I'm feeling sick and all of a sudden it just works for me because like my body's giving me adrenaline to make up for it. Maybe that's happening with Marshall here. He finds himself on 2 hours of sleep in one night, 9 over the course of the entire weekend, but playing better than he has in like the past couple of
now
actually
this
month
is something
here.
that we have not seen from PowPow earlier on. Just getting right in on Marshall and getting that early lead.
Oh, and he tried to actually use that up air to grab that banana and also cover his ascent there, but doesn't get the banana grab and finds himself even worse position than he was before he did that. These micro interactions in this game are really, really unique, and almost all of them have gone Marshall's way.
Oh, the monkey flip. What a great option there.
Oh, and he threw it down there, knowing that PowPow was close enough for it to just trip him. And again, PowPow's not able to utilize the spin dash at all. Marshall has always been guessing and guessing correctly as to what direction he's going to go to and getting a punish off of it.
Oh.
So it's still pretty even in percent, though, here. Even though
both players just finding incredibly smart options here. Marshall's just the one who's hitting them more.
Right, yeah. I mean, being that it's almost exactly even percent, it shouldn't be with how well Marshall's playing right now. PowPow's going to have to find a way to, probably push this stage advantage, one of the first of these had this entire couple of sets here, to the most that he possibly can. And that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, there we go. So for the first time in 2 games, PowPow getting the stock lead. Now he's going to hope to build up as much damage as possible.
The one thing I like about the way that PowPow got that kill was that that's the first time he was really like super aggressive off stage. Like he just did run off fair, whereas normally he had been stopping at the edge and waiting for Marshall to come back, and he's been trying to like drop springs on him, stuff like that. But he went, balls to the wall aggressive right there and got the stock for it. First one he's gotten in, like as you mentioned, first the entire set, entire 2 sets. I am cold. Are you cold?
Yeah, they turned the AC on in here.
I'm freezing.
Powerful AC.
Another benefit of the 42 Ale House.
Yeah.
It should be your summer destination for Wisconsin tournaments.
All right, so takes the stock with the up tilt. 61% built up.
61%. That's a lot of percent, though.
But
like,
as we saw in game 1,
Marshall did really, like in game 1 of set 1, Marshall did a really good job of
just
building those,
it right back.
of tying up the percentage deficit. So right now, though, PowPow pressing the issue here. If he can keep this up,
PowPow definitely dialing in here.
It's all part of his secret strategy. Do really bad set 1 always, and then win set 2. Oh, goes for another aggressive edge guard, actually going out to try and meet Marshall, but doesn't get that one. Marshall doing a good job here, keeping PowPow away from him, preventing any sort of grabs or setting up into any smash reads. Again, just going to have to keep that box-out game going. Oh, gets a back throw here.
Throw should
Not going to do it. Going to try and get a back air, though. Okay, that will. So PowPow, even though he lost 3-0 in set 1, now takes a game here and finds himself in a good position.
So slowing down the momentum of Marshall a little bit there.
I'm freezing.
We saw PowPow that set get a definite lead to start off, something that we haven't seen from him at all through these first 2 sets.
Now, do you think it's possible that PowPow was maybe playing a little possum there, playing a little coy in getting set 1?
I do,
trying to lure Marshall into a false sense of security?
Seeing this now,
I
mean, unless we see Marshall get the leads that we saw him getting before, there's a possibility that PowPow may have just...
Like, I'm not saying that he was trying to lose, but maybe he was kind of saving like his trump cards for this one, because like he saw that he lost game 1 after a really close back and forth, and then he's like, oh, I got a set to give. Maybe I can just get Marshall and hoist him on his own petard, Or we could just be, entirely playing conjecture here, and Marshall was playing that good, and PowPow was not, and now he's settled down a little bit and found edges.
Up smash, not quite enough to take it. What? Oh, my God. So for those of you wondering what everybody's yelling about, Hungrybox just had one of the most clutch rests ever. Marshall with the forward smash.
And the rest was just to reset it. It was 2-2 in the set 1 of Grand Finals at EVO, and it was only to do the reset.
But Marshall definitely looking like he's got a better grip on this here.
Yeah, back to the actual.
I'm trying to stay on this action here as best as I can.
It's difficult.
So, and I know it's probably difficult for these players too. Opts for the down tilt there.
So, dash tech not going to do it.
A forward smash.
Oh, wow. That was actually really smart by PowPow to take the aggressive option there, because he knew that Marshall was pretty high in the air, and if he would have been able to connect with both hits.
Is not going to take it.
If he was going to connect with both. Stop interrupting me. Let me finish my thought. If he would have been able to hit with both hits of the up air, he would have probably gotten the kill there. All right. And then Marshall hit him with a back air and almost got the kill. Doesn't get the kill there. Take it away, Tiger.
All right. So, stock lead for Marshall now. That's about all I have to say so far.
Marshall at 91% is going to have to be very careful not to get hit by like a back air towards the edge, or maybe an up throw or a grab on these platforms, which are now disappearing. So that's really good for Marshall, actually. Now, I think this is that's a good example of one of the very interesting things about Smash 4, being that edge guarding is something that is not very pervasive in the meta, is that you're choosing whether either to go off stage and give up stage control for the possibility of giving an edge guard, or staying on stage, letting him come back for free, but keeping stage control. And we saw that PowPow has actually gone with a much more aggressive edge guarding strategy here so far in this set too.
Smart option going for the monkey flip there. PowPow was prepared for it, though. Just missed the grab. Ooh. Really close there.
Back throw?
Back throw, yes.
Will do it at 99% though, so that rage helped, but it also means that PowPow's in a pretty big hole here on his second stock.
Back, ooh.
Back air not going to do it, but he's going to set up a pretty
smart option,
good. Again, as I've said, as has been the theme, what I've said a lot is that PowPow is normally good at building damage, but because he had to be aggressive to try and make the comeback, it leaves possibilities for Marshall to take advantage. Gets confirmed there, takes game 2, and now we are tied 1-1 here in this grand final set 2. Oh, yeah. Marshall, are we doing post-construct Culvers? Okay. Because otherwise I was going to order food from here, so. Oh, God, no. Yeah, by the way, guys,
yeah.
that's an important thing, is your food meta. You got to keep up.
Got to keep it up. Got to follow Hungrybox's food tier list as well.
Which I had a help in doing. That was very fun writing for that.
So,
speaking of Hungrybox, this man right now.
Now we see the Duck Hunt pick.
Yeah, Duck Hunt now is an interesting choice here. We didn't see it all in set 1. Maybe he was kind of saving it, knowing that he typically does really well here. One thing I'm really liking from Marshall here is that he's challenging a lot of what PowPow's trying to do to get down to the ground. Right. Even if it's only like a small hit, an up air here, back air there, he's always making PowPow work to get down to the ground.
A few questionable options here. Really important for either of these players to get this game 2 and ride the game 3, second win. My bad.
Yes.
But
I knew what you were going for, but yeah.
It is really important going in.
Yeah, if you win this one, that means you only have 1 more to go as opposed to 2. And because of that, it means that even if you kind of play sloppy game 4, you can kind of you see what your opponent got the strengths for and make adjustments in game 5. And it means that if it does go to game 5, you'll also have the counter pick be on your stage. So yeah, game 3, very vital for both these players to win. And I would also say that Marshall's momentum that he had going, from the game 1, or excuse me, set 1, has pretty much evaporated because of how PowPow's been playing now. So now it's kind of
we've been seeing a lot more questionable options from Marshall this game. Sitting at 128% here, but still
I think it's because he knows that Duck Hunt gives PowPow pretty heavy advantage most of the time, and so he's not letting him. He's trying some more questionable stuff because he knows that he has to do a few more risky things to get the advantage on this stage.
Ooh.
Misses with the back air. Buddy misses with the grab. So a couple of, not necessarily flubs there, but just slight mistranslates. Or not mistranslates. I don't know. Whatever.
The up tilt.
Wow. Goes up on that tree and, just like, hey, this is what's going to happen right now is I'm going to follow you up on this tree and get this up tilt.
So Marshall's going to want to build as much percentage as he can before this stock goes down, assuming that it will.
Yeah, I mean, we did see a 2-stock to finish off the set 1, so it's certainly possible for Marshall to keep this up. Gets a grab here, and this is what he needs. Good reset. What was it, the dare as opposed to any sort of up air or fair there to get more damage because he knew he could follow it up with another aerial. I love that Marshall does that. It's one of the few ditties that does try that.
Ooh. Up throw, not enough.
178 though. Pretty much any other, like another up throw will probably do it.
Wouldn't be surprised if we see a pivot grab and then a back throw here. Even from center stage, it could potentially kill. Yeah, but another up throw would be
Tiger, that was almost a perfect call out. He almost got a pivot grab there, but Marshall just a hair's breadth away.
Ooh. All right. Oh, no, still not enough. 190%.
Wow.
Marshall holding on to the stock.
Yeah, you can't let Diddy live this long.
No.
He's too good at building damage to...
3 down tilts. Just not able to get the full punish out of that, but with this much percent getting built up.
Oh, there's the back throw.
So, 83%. Marshall has plenty of leeway here. Doesn't want to give too much to PowPow, though, because we know, as we've said, at least 15 times this set. PowPow.
So good at building damage.
So good at building damage.
But yeah, every time. But also every time we have said that, Marshall's been like, oh yeah, I need to get the stock now. I can't let him try and crawl his way back into this.
Just went a little early for that up tilt there. But Marshall still 123%. Unless we see something crazy from PowPow here.
55%, that's a good place to start. He can still get a lot of confirms off of this.
That was a scary situation
that
there.
dare spike is always a threat if Marshall's not careful off stage.
And now Marshall all the way up to 84.
Ooh, good movement there on the B reverse. We're going to see a back throw here and set up an edge guard situation. He's been doing quite well with these edge guards.
Oh, just misses that grab.
And I'm really liking both of these players' movements right now. Marshall doing a lot of good stuff with B reversing to, completely dodge PowPow, knowing that he can retreat to the bush to quickly reset his feet. Oh, back throw.
Back throw.
Not going to do it, but it's going to set up another edge guard. Oh, and what a great
wall jump.
Wow. We've seen it once. Throw. We've seen it once damage him and cost him a game, but that time it really saved his bacon.
So with the rage, I imagine the up tilt will be enough, but he goes for the up smash, gets the confirm there. Ooh. Didn't quite catch what Marshall was saying there, but...
Yeah, I think he was saying that it seemed like he was breathless there, so maybe that he saw PowPow had a possibility of getting a confirm, and dodged it luckily and was able to finish it out.
Are we gonna get a change here?
No. That's another one of PowPow's calming strategies, is that sometimes he'll spend a little bit of time on the character select screen and just let his mind settle down after a close set that he wins or loses. He'll pull his character thing off so that someone can't just jump right into it.
Right. So that wall jump.
Wow, yeah, I mean,
it's so clutch.
It may not have been the deciding factor whether he lived or died, but it certainly set up a much easier recovery.
So game 4 here.
Going back to duck hunt, which I think is smart. I mean, PowPow really wasn't. I mean, he was down big, but he brought it back, and it could have been anybody's game at the end there. And historically, this has been a good stage for PowPow.
So PowPow building up some damage early on here.
Yeah.
And just like that, it's even again.
Yeah.
These two have just been playing at just about their absolute best.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen very few flubs. We've seen a lot of good spacing, a lot of good movement. Yeah, these guys are really putting on a show right now. Trying to compete, not with all of the people in America, but just maybe with the people in the venue of who's got whose attention they're going to get.
And Marshall just dialing in here so early.
Yeah, we saw this, though, quite a bit in Game 2, or excuse me, in Game 1, which PowPow did win, where Marshall, it seemed to be dialed in, but didn't matter too much.
Not enough quite yet.
We'll see if PowPow is able to enact that great damage dealing he has, or if Marshall's figured out a way to duck to the 5Ds of dodgeball away from the blue blur. Meets that monkey flip with a back air, and again meets the monkey flip with a back air.
Another monkey flip, though.
Another one.
This time not being met with a back air. Good trades there. And
now
just
it's
like that,
back to even pretty much. PowPow with the banana now. Puts it behind him, make Marshall come back through him to try and get to it. Really smart play there.
Super smart.
He knows that he can do more without the banana in his hand, but also knows that he can't afford for Marshall to have it.
Ooh, the duck nearly eats that banana there.
So pretty much even percents here, 140 to 130. Either player
An
can find a kill
from Marshall will be enough to take this stock.
Yeah.
Up air.
Up throw or back throw at the ledge will probably be enough on PowPow's end, too. So, yeah, both these players have some good stuff. There's a back throw.
Questionable monkey flip there.
Yeah, I think he wanted to get the kick there, and it was just slightly misspaced.
Still,
PowPow was able to capitalize.
All Marshall has to make sure is that he doesn't allow PowPow to get a huge buildup of damage here. Yep, and Marshall is looking for that up tilt right now.
Gotta be careful, though. Fishing for that up tilt can breed disaster.
Already up to 37%. Okay.
Oh, wow. He hits
So
with
up
the
smash.
first and third hit of the up smash.
PowPow
PowPow was
on
not able
his
to fall
tournament
out.
stock here. Marshall one stock away from retaking the throne here at Construct.
Gets a good grab there off the banana toss. It's one thing that I've been liking from Marshall, too, is that he hasn't always been going for the aerial follow-ups. He's been getting grabs because he knows it can extend strings much further.
51% already building up.
PowPow's with his back to his wall here. He retreats to the tree.
Oh
my
what a good
goodness.
move.
And just like we saw in Game 3, Marshall was able to chase PowPow up to the tree and get the up tilt. Now PowPow in Game 4 chases Marshall up to the tree and gets an up air to spring to up air combo and takes Marshall off the top. So we are all even at 2 games apiece. We're going into Game 5, the ultimate game here at the Construct 54. There will not be another one after this. As much as I kind of want there to be, because this has been a great set so far.
Oh, yeah, this has been a really great set.
But we're going to Battlefield here. I like this pick.
Yep. Definitely does favor Diddy here. Diddy with stronger kill options. So,
not necessarily stronger, but certainly more reliable and easier to set up into.
Oh, yeah. So, if we're in for anything close to the same as what we've seen throughout this set, this one's going to be a close one.
Oh, yeah, certainly. There's only been, like, in this set, too, so far, there's only been really one game where someone ran away with it, and that was Marshall in Game 2.
So already PowPow up early, 57%.
And PowPow is up early here, but we've seen every time that he's gone up, Marshall's been able to bring it back. So unless PowPow is able to continue pressing the issue here.
Which it looks like he is so far.
Yeah, almost 100% on Marshall already. We're not even a minute into this match. It's been quite volatile compared to their earlier matches.
Back throw, not going to be enough here.
No, but it's going to set up an edge guard, and he's been reading those monkey flips really well. I'm surprised we actually saw a spring attempt there as opposed to a back air.
126 on Marshall already.
And on the other end, PowPow hanging in there with 46.
Oh, and he eats the forward smash.
Yeah, and PowPow at low percent here, only at 46, now 50, but on Battlefield, Marshall's going to have to do a lot more work, especially with no rage on his side.
Right. Going to have to be real careful here.
Very clutch kill in Game 4 from PowPow, and you can definitely see that he's kind of, like in the first stock at least, he was really feeling that motivation and that momentum to continue. Right now he's really putting it good. Marshall now keeping him boxed out entirely.
Back air.
All right, PowPow's gonna have to try and find a way to reset and truly reset the neutral here, because to this point, Marshall's been keeping up the advantage ever since he lost his first stock. Marshall's really been dialed in.
Yep. Wow.
Reads the roll to the right, follows it up with an up air.
Just both players playing so solid.
All right, Venue popping off, not for another spin dash, but actually for Hungry Box now being 1 game away from winning Evo.
So, 148%. He is going to have to take this really quickly here without letting him build up any more damage.
Yeah.
57% dangerous
PowPow at
territory.
max rage right now, so his throw is all the more deadly. Back air all the more deadly.
Ooh, goes for the monkey
see
flip there.
Up throw to nothing. I'm really surprised we didn't see a forward throw to set up an edge guard there. And that's actually something that PowPow's been utilizing a lot is spin dash into neutral B. Into an up B to get away. Marshall had no answer for that. We're going to see a back throw, set up another edge guard. He's been dialed in on these edge guards. Oh, barely misses the back air.
Very solid option there.
And a great recovery there from PowPow to avoid the banana.
Here we go.
But it doesn't matter.
Stocks for each player. Marshall at 86%. Each player is going to have to play so solid. So the next stock takes the construct.
Oh, and that will do it. Falls into the Hypno Punch. JV2 for PowPow to finish the tournament. Congratulations to PowPow for winning the Construct 54. That is his third, fourth, fifth tournament in a row? Not over Marshall, but in general?
I believe so. He missed one of the last Constructs.
PowPow. At all of